Hello, everybody, for your H-Town Rundown. Houston Rockets fans, guys. This is your host, me, Preston Simpson, at drip_GAWD. You can follow this account at the H-Town Rundown on the X as well as Instagram account, guys. Thank you for coming today. Let's get right to the intro. What's good, guys? Thank you for joining us today on an absolutely lovely Friday. Maybe not where I'm at, though. It's wet as hell. It's rainy as hell, but that is Iowa, guys. I got my boy Dante here. I got my boy Ryan, guys, man. What's good? This is the post-draft analysis episode for the H-Town Rundown. We got a lot to say. First, Dante, man, we got Reed, right? How you feeling, man? We got our guy.
Man, I've been campaigning for the guy all draft process long. Like I say, to get our guy. It feels good, man, to get our guy, man. Get something like I'm not saying like again, he fits the not just the need that we want, but he felt the need. He feels that shooting need that we needed. You know, coming out of college, shooting over 50 odd some percent from the three. That's pretty good. And then another guy we got, AJ Griffin, man. To trade him for the 44th pick, man. Raphael Stone did a great goddamn job, man. So we got to give credit for him in the move that he did make. That's a hell of a move. Getting a 20-year-old, 6'6", that can shoot the ball, man. I mean, Summer League is I can't wait to Summer League already, man. I can't wait to Summer League already.
Dude, there's so much to talk about today. I'm so excited. And Ryan, man, I mean, that was a big collab last a few days ago. We got our boy Reed, like I said, man. You excited to be here? How are you doing, man?
I'm great, man. I mean, you said it's a wet and rainy over there. It's hot as anything over here, man. It's boiling. But we got Crack Curry. I don't know if I can say his actual name on this platform, but we got our little Steph Curry. We got Baby Jokic. I think we're set up.
Yeah, we really might be, man. We really might be. There's a lot to talk about today. So let's jump just right into it immediately with the first thing, right? We got Reed Sheppard. This is the guy that Raphael Stone and everyone said was at the top of our draft board. There's some questions I've seen on Rockets community as per usual about this guy, Reed Sheppard. Let's put those to wait. Let's do that right now. Was Reed the right pick at 3? Let's answer the honest question.
And this is how I'm going to answer this. I said it the first time we did a podcast about who we wanted, and I said it's Reed Sheppard or nobody. And what happened? It was Reed Sheppard or nobody. The Rockets said that if Reed Sheppard was not on the board, they were going to trade the pick away. It was Reed Sheppard or nobody since the beginning, and we got Reed Sheppard.
It sounds like that Donovan Clingan stuff that they're putting out there was a lot of smoke, like we had suggested that it potentially was a few days ago. Just it seems like we didn't really want Clingan, but we were saying, hey, well, we might take him if someone's going to try to take Reed, just like other people were saying that, the Hawks drafting a QB, man. But it don't matter what the Hawks did, all right? They got their boy out there, all right? That's cool.
Those Clingan rumors are just such BS. I mean, it was literally just to set up those Alperen Sengun trade rumors.
Yes, that's all it was, man. And here we are now. We got our boy. We got Crack Curry, man. We got our boy. We got Snowfall for sure, man. I'm so excited to see what Reed is gonna do. And July 12th is gonna be the first time we get to see him in action. And I am super excited to see what he is gonna do, man. Yes, man. Yes.
Song in my head right now. Yes. I like us. It's stuck in my head now.
Yes. So Dante, I mean, smoke and mirrors tactics by Raphael Stone. Baldy seems like a real genius out there right now. We got our guy. We've gotten all of our guys for what we needed, what we were looking for, exactly when we needed, and what pick we wanted them. And we ended up getting AJ Griffin. AJ Griffin for the 44th pick in the draft, right? I mean, we weren't going to get anything better than AJ Griffin potentially in the 44th as the 44th pick, right? I mean, Jamal Sheed, he looks good, he looks nice, and I think he's going to be great. But we just also signed a demon on a 2-way contract now. So Dante, what are your thoughts, right? I mean, did we aced the draft, right? That's pretty good to say. We killed it, yeah. So what are your overall thoughts, man? I mean, Reed, AJ Griffin, that 2-way guy, like what's going on, man?
I mean, I better scouted like we our scouting report. Raphael Stone doing a better job in scout talent, and so is Ime Udoka. I believe they both doing a very good job of working together. Now I'm gonna say this though, that I believe, even though we didn't pick Donovan Clingan, I believe he was in discussion along with Reed Sheppard. I just believe Reed was their guy. I believe Reed, they valued Reed more higher than that, and which is rightfully so. We all been saying like that we needed shooting. Last year we struggled shooting the ball really bad last year, and we got two guys that can shoot the basketball really well. AJ Griffin, it's hard for me to believe yesterday when the move was made. This guy's only 20 years old, man. He just came out a couple of years ago. He had a great rookie season. He averaged 9 points per game, shot over 40% from three. Last year, didn't have the best year because he was hurt. He only played 20 games, so that gives you an indication that he was hurt. And the Hawks just gave up on him, man. And the Hawks is just rebuilding right now. But other than that, just happy, man, that we got the guy. And then I follow Dante. If y'all haven't watched this guy, go watch him play against Oregon. He's a great rebounder, great scorer inside, but he can play some goddamn defense. And I watched him at Oregon in the NCAA tournament, and he was really good in the NCAA tournament, especially that game against Creighton. I did the game versus one of those games I did. I forgot what game I did, but he dominated him. And Jermaine Kuznar, the guard that they got, those two guys was over. That was really good in the NCAA tournament. So we got a good two-way player on the defensive side of the ball. I say, we stashed him in the G League. He's going to get better and better. But I definitely like the moves that Raphael Stone has made. And it had everybody doing just like on the Texans side. Apologizing to Nick Caserio. Now you've seen everybody coming out on Twitter apologizing to Raphael Stone.
Yeah, yes.
We didn't. One thing, I gave Raphael Stone a pass, and we have to look at the situation he came in. Like, he came in when James Harden was actually disgruntled. He came in when Russell Westbrook actually wanted a trade. He had to come in when Daryl Morey stepped down when we didn't even know he was trying to step down, and we didn't even know he was even going anywhere. So that was already tough for Raphael Stone to even come into. He came into a toxic environment. He came in when he was in here with DeMarcus Cousins and John Wall in that era. So I kind of gave him a pass on that one. And then again, like I say, he drafted really well. One thing about Raphael Stone, he drafted really well. We just didn't have the coach to get the talent up out of these guys like Ime Udoka. So Raphael Stone definitely killed the draft, man. He definitely did. He definitely did what he needed to do, and he checked the boxes. He checked the box. We needed shooting. He got two shooters. He checked the box so far. We'll see if he got any more moves up his sleeves in the offseason.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely see what we got going on here. I believe we picked up the team option for Jock Tate and Jeff Green, so we'll see what ends up happening with that. But there's a lot of moves that can still be made, going forward in what we've got. So it will be interesting to see what our boy decides to come up with. But everyone's apology needs to be as loud as the hate was for Raphael Stone. I mean, everyone was saying, there were a lot of real concerns, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? And I don't know why we doubted this man. Every pick so far has been, pretty solid, despite how people want to say about Jalen Green, AD. Yeah, I see you down there. But, despite how you want to feel about Jalen Green, he's still been solid. And every single pick we've had has been minimally solid. And that's been great. We had yes, dude. Yes. In Stone, we trust, man. In Stone, we trust. That's the motto we got to live by. Who thought we were going to get AJ Griffin, a guy who, it seems like the Hawks over there have a revolving door of small forwards, DeAndre Hunter,
Yeah.
Now they got their boy out over there in Zach, and we're gonna see how that works out. And I wish these rookies out there and sorry and all them the best, but I mean, we got AJ Griffin for a second round pick.
That was
it.
The draft.
Flat, yeah, that was steal of the draft, baby. You telling me that it was what? I don't know. That's just absolutely incredible. I'm really excited to see what we end up doing going forward. Like I just said, to kind of see what we have to do to emphasize winning on this team. Right? There's roster spots that are going to be open. Obviously, Jayshawn Tate and Jack Landale got their bags packed. They're just waiting to go. Be told where they're going to go. Waiting on the team plan as we speak. And then Jeff Green, I'm kind of hoping he stays, but again, he's making like $9 million to play. And despite his contract and his age, he still played some serious minutes and was pretty clutch almost the entire time he was on the court. I mean, he was a positive almost every single time he was on the court. So, but there's a lot of things we got to do. Question is, do we pick up Aaron Holiday's part of the contract? Do we do that? I saw reports about that from Will earlier on the Houston Rockets community that Aaron Holiday might be staying with Houston. So for me, I like Aaron Holiday. I think he's great as a veteran guard off the bench. And I think I don't necessarily think he needs to play real minutes. I think those minutes, a lot of his minutes should be shared between Amen and Reed Shepherd. But Amen could be that guy where it's like, okay, we can rest Fred VanVleet this game and use Aaron Holiday. Not that it's a 1-to-1 equal value, but it gives meaning to Aaron Holiday and his contract. So I just want to know, what are your guys' thoughts on Aaron Holiday, Jeff Green, Jack Landale, and Jayshawn Tate? And, what are we going to do going forward with these guys? I mean, we're already nearly a first apron, if not a first apron team. So we don't necessarily have a lot of money to start spending on other players in free agency. So go ahead.
I'm going to go
Damn, Bo, who let the dogs out, man?
Yeah. Every time I open my mouth, man, every single time. I think my friend just got back home. But what I think is that we shouldn't keep Aaron Holiday. My reason being is he's going to take those minutes from Reed Shepherd. He's going to take those minutes from Amen. He'll take minutes from Jalen Green. Take minutes from Fred, I don't mind. Yeah, can't take away minutes from Amen and Shepherd. I agree, AD. And I think those Shepherd minutes and Amen minutes are some of the most valuable minutes that we have right now.
For sure. I mean, and that's, that's valid. I disagree because I like Holiday and he's going to be nice to be able to just,
AD said, there you go, Ryan. Like, I just made a good take for the first time of all time. He's just it's like he's so against Jalen Green.
Oh, yeah.
AD maturing is that Jalen Green is a great basketball player. He's just very inconsistent.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You seen him before back there. Yes, sir.
AD and Jalen Green beef is crazy to me.
Dante, man, we got all these guys sitting we just brought them back with the looming ability to bring Aaron Holiday back. What are your thoughts? Are you interested in bringing Aaron Holiday back? Why or why not?
I'm not interested in bringing him back. I mean, the fact that we drafted Reed Shepherd, you got Amen Thompson. I think even if Aaron Holiday's still on his team, Amen playing anyway it goes. So he's playing anyway it goes. So I don't think he's taking minutes away from Amen Thompson. Like I said, again, AJ Griffin is on his team. We too guard loaded. As right now we're guard loaded. And yes, what you call it is a guard. The guy that AJ Griffin is a guard. He's just a taller guard. He's just a 6'6" guard. So yes, he's a part of the guard situation. But other than that, I enjoyed Aaron Holiday's services. Yes, he could shoot the basketball. But again, by you adding Reed Shepherd and you having Thompson on this team, I think it's time to go into a different direction. Yes, you would love to have him on his team as being a leader, as being a part of the locker room. But again, he's a guy that's going to want to play minutes because of his production last year. So again, those same minutes can go to Reed Shepherd and can go to Amen Thompson. Even though, like I said, I don't believe minutes will be taken away from Thompson anyway if he stays on the team. I think Thompson still will play his minutes, but. I don't think we need Aaron Holiday back. If they do bring him back, you already know me. I'm like I say, I'm happy. I'll be okay with it. I'll be fine with it. But as far as my opinion, I don't think we need to bring him back. I think it's time for our man Thompson to take over the reins when Fred VanVleet gone, and then right there, we have Reed Shepherd. I mean, he's not as undersized as people think. 6'3" as a point guard or as a guard, that's pretty decent size, pretty decent size. Yes, he have less athleticism. He has the ability to be a playmaker. He has the ability to handle the ball pretty much. He also competes on the defensive side. Not that he's not this all-world defender, but he does compete on the defensive side of the ball and hold his own. Plus, he has that 42-inch vertical that's going to allow him to contest a lot of shots and stuff like that. So, yeah, like I said, I don't think we need Aaron Holiday up on this team. Like I said, I wouldn't be mad if they keep him, but I wouldn't be mad if they let him go. If they also let him go, which is, I think I wouldn't bring him back. If I was the GM, I wouldn't bring him back at all.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I think either way, if they let him go, there's a lot of reasons, to let him go. Like you said, it's really the fact that he's going to want to play minutes, right? Like Jeff Green is somebody, he's like, hey, man, if I need to hang out and sit for, a few games, he's cooling. He's making his money. He's chilling, right? He's got his chip. He's fine. But Aaron Holiday, he wants to show that production, like kind of like you said, and earn another contract either here or somewhere else where he can compete for a championship. So that is really interesting that you brought that up. That's actually not something that I had even considered. I was just thinking in the grand scheme of things, it would just be nice to, have an extra veteran, a safety valve off the bench, in case Fred VanVleet's playing a million minutes a night and something like that. But I mean, with Amen Thompson, the way that he's going, we might be safe. It's just, he can't shoot. So how far has that jump shot come going forward is what I like to see.
Our assistant coach is a great shooting coach. So hopefully he can help Amen Thompson make his shot a lot better.
If he was so great, why is Jalen so inconsistent?
I would. Only Jalen Green can answer that because Ime Udoka is also a great coach.
Yeah.
He's just straight up inconsistent.
It's just many things factor in that. Sometimes Jalen takes tough shots that he.
No, he does. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Hall of Fame tough shot creator, but
it'd be tough shot creator guy. But the wide open shots, Jalen Green has to make those. You can't. You can't.
Yeah. What do you do? Like 6 turnaround threes in a row?
Huh?
Yeah, in 1 month, and then the rest of the year exists. The rest of the year exists, man.
When he gets hot, he gets hot.
Sure. So does Jordan Clarkson.
Jalen Green just needs to be consistent.
Yes. Yeah. No, he does. I'm just playing devil's advocate here, I'm just interested, because a lot of this getting a shooting guard, or not a two guard, but a guard that can shoot the rock at an efficient level. I mean, 50% in that regard is, phenomenal coming out. But again, like we saw Jabari shoot over 40%. He shot 44%, and he didn't have the confidence. And then he shot 29% of the league, right? So, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think 3 points in college is just a long ass 2 in NBA, right? So it's not a true 3, right? I think it's like, what is it, 25, 20?
Isn't it 28? I'm going to check now.
Yeah. So, we'll see what ends up happening. But
22.
Okay. So here's what I want to stop seeing though is the comparisons to Clay and Curry. That needs to quit immediately. That we ain't ever gonna compare.
What, you're not messing with crack. You're not messing with
bro.
Crack Curry
No, bro. Because I hate Curry with every fiber of my being, and I don't hate people very often, but that little bro. I can't do it. So.
Okay, but you can't deny that. Like Reed Shepherd, the Crack Curry nickname is one of the hardest nicknames in the league, bro.
You just said one of the hardest nicknames in the league. I'm gonna excuse you for that comment, and we're gonna move forward.
It's a fire nickname.
I if you idolize someone that's your team, I respect it, but it just couldn't be me, man. I can't name my players, give them a nickname after a team.
No, we'll just do to them what they did to us with our own version of Steph Curry.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, he gonna be better. He's gonna be great. He's gonna be phenomenal.
I'm not willing to make that crazy of a take yet.
Oh man. I'm not. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. Anything to put.
Look, I'm all for Reed Shepard being better than Steph Curry, but I'm not ready to make that take yet.
I'm not making takes. We just speaking facts on this podcast, but we'll move forward with that.
Okay.
Okay,
Preston. Okay, bro.
Oh, man. Hey, look, bro. I hate Curry, but look.
So do I.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. Right, is with Reed Shepard, where does that leave the rest of the core? Right. We got AJ, and now we have Reed Shepard. So is that a core 8? Right. That is a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Not everyone's gonna stay. That's 8 players you got to pay. You know what I mean? So, like, at what point are we going to consolidate? And what point who is going? Who's going to be the heartbreak? And I'm not saying let's make that decision now, but drafting a guard for sure is really, really interesting, especially the inconsistencies that Jalen Green has had. So let's have that conversation, right? Drafting Reed Shepard, what does that mean for Jalen? Does it mean nothing at all? Like, it just there, or could it be insurance?
It means that we have an amazing 6th man in the future when Fred VanVleet is gone.
An amazing 6th man. What about Cam Whitmore?
We have 2 amazing 6 mans.
What about Tari Eason? You know what I mean?
Our team is just so deep. This is why we're going to win a championship in the next 5 years.
It's all about retention.
We have the deepest team in the league right now, in my opinion.
Interesting. It's very interesting that you said that.
Well, is it interesting that Reed Shepard is going to be better than Steph Curry at the end of his career?
I don't know. It's just facts, but
Okay.
It's just facts.
So it's just facts, right, Preston? We're just speaking facts over here. Everything's facts.
Yeah, the actual factual H-Town Rundown podcast. That's what we are. Dante, man, Jalen Green. I mean, does drafting Reed Shepard affect Jalen Green at all? Is it like a nudge, would one say? Saying that like, hey, also hello AD.
I just came to hijack the podcast really quick.
Going on, AD.
Oh no.
Let's talk about the JG agenda.
Oh, no. Here we go.
He is the odd man out. Let's have a come to Jesus meeting about it. It's happening. The wheels are already in motion. It's just a matter of time. We already got the news report about them not signing either LP or JG to the extension, the 5-year Supermax, or no, is it Supermax or Max extension?
It's Supermax.
Supermax.
AD, bro, you're turning me into a Houston Stresson over here.
Hey, I'm just,
It's a possibility.
It's a very likely possibility.
It is a possibility.
But
it's
no,
a very, very, very depressing possibility to think about it, and I do not want to think about it at all.
And I just want to, acknowledge Preston's hate for the Warriors that we can't even give a comparison for Reed Shepard, which is a perfect comparison of him being the 6'2" Klay Thompson, lethal shooter, defensive, stalwart guy. We gotta acknowledge it. I know the hate is real for the Warriors, but the Warriors are dead right now. They're like that dragon that got ate up by the other dragon on House of the Dragon. They're dead. All they got is the little wings flying in the water. So let's talk about it.
Yeah. Well, again, so the thoughts on that is right. Is Reed Shepard? You said the wheels are turning potentially. I mean, regardless of how people want to feel about Reed, though, is he's got great potential and he's very attentive to defense. I mean, the fact that he averaged over a steal and a block a game in his collegiate career is really phenomenal. That's what I'm looking at, is not just his beyond otherworldly shooting at 50+% in college, but also his defensive attention, being 6'2" with that 40+ vertical, 40+ inch vertical. That's going to take us places. I mean, people want to say Klay Thompson, but I don't know. I mean, younger Ray Allen used to play hella defense, man. And he was able to slam that rock down too. So that's kind of what that's what I see is like an otherworldly, like not quite all-star, but that borderline all-star role player that's going to be just phenomenal. At everything he does, he's going to be clutch. He was shown to have that clutch gene in college as well. So that's how I'm looking at it. And I think this is hey Jalen, if you're not consistent by whatever date they give him, whatever 2K thing they're giving him, this 2K storyline that they're giving him, then conversations will be had. There's also Cam Whitmore, who has shown to be able to play the two as well. So it's not that it's just Reed or Cam, but it's the fact that we have Cam Whitmore and Reed Shepherd. I think if we would have drafted a forward, there wouldn't be any questions about Jalen. But because we drafted a guard specifically, even though Reed is phenomenal, and I think he was the correct pick at 3, these are the conversations we got to have. But those are my thoughts. Is because we drafted a guard and we've got Cam Whitmore, this is the situation we're in.
So
it comes down to that.
I just want to do another side note. I'm sorry throwing y'all off your topic in the part. I told you I was hijacking it. Let's talk about Jalen Green. Forcing his way in the spotlight. To fake quote unquote fake show support to Reed Shepherd being drafted by the Rockets so he can be on camera. He did that.
He was there for his boy.
He was there for himself. Let's be honest.
He was there for his boy, not Reed Shepherd. I
know the other kid.
The other guy,
Fresno,
yeah,
the
his
other
brother.
kid from Fresno. That's bullshit. He was there so he can be on camera.
Wait, AD, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Do you genuinely feel this way about Jalen Green? Like you just
I
genuinely
have
some deep hate in your heart for him?
He likes playing devil's advocate.
Ryan, I just like pissing people off. If you haven't noticed,
hashtag pissing people off, man. That's the NFL side, man.
I can't stand it. It's like you actually hate JG. I can't stand it, bro.
Oh, you haven't heard me. You don't watch the football side, but you haven't heard me talk about Henry To'oTo'o and Henry Noah. So,
oh man, he get that crap. Oh my goodness.
Then Kayvon Thibodeau. Anybody? Hashtag anybody but KT. Oh, I had a whole agenda. It was trending.
AD, you pissed people off about CJ Stroud too and said that he's like the worst quarterback of all time.
I may troll, but I ain't stupid.
AD, what was you saying, man?
AD, I'm taking that quote from you.
For sure. What was the question? My bad.
No. Finish what you were saying.
Oh no. I just don't think that Jalen is. He's showing too much of him being about him, and not a lot of it. And it's just like a macro scope. Look into Jalen Green. Look at the things that he does. It is not team based. A lot of the things, the way he plays, he doesn't function well within the team. There's been a lot of disagreements within the team itself. He lost his best friend, Mr. Hunter. And so he is, a lot of the stuff that he's doing is, I feel like it's a character flaw in Jalen Green. Jalen Green, the player, is a terrific, player. He has all the attributes to be a prominent scorer. That was his comp coming out of G League Ignite, was that he can eventually lead the league in scoring because he's a bucket. But he has the athletic ability, out of this world, has all of these different traits. But again, I think I've said it before, it's the mental with Jalen Green. The fact that he's inconsistent, the fact that he can't, stay consistent, the fact that he is, helter-skelter. You either get good Jalen or you get trash Jalen. You get Jalen that can play in the fourth quarter, you get Jalen that can't touch the court in the fourth quarter. That's been Jalen, even with Boo Boo Silas as the coach. That was Jalen then. So it's a mental thing for Jalen. And like I said, what tipped me over the edge was when he, after the post game, after having a great game, and instead of thanking his teammates, I did it for my baby. That's all fine and dandy, but that just shows me that your motive is not team based. Your motive is to get paid, and you enjoying the spotlight and everything like that. So, like I said, Jalen Green is a great player. There's a reason why when they're talking about superstars like KD and Brandon Ingram and all these other guys, you hear and Donovan Mitchell, you hear Jalen Green's name tossed in because he's immensely talented, and he is a guy that can garner that type of superstar in return. Even Paul George. So, that's not a knock to me. That's a compliment to Jalen Green that he's being dangled as one of the pieces, him and Şengün, as pieces that can land you a big fish. So his game is great. He just has, like Preston said, and Ryan, you acknowledged, he has to be consistent.
Mhm.
This is a make or break year for Jalen Green. I don't want this to be the Jalen Green episode, but I'm just speaking my piece on it for a few minutes, and then I'll drop back out and let y'all finish the show. But that's my biggest issue with Jalen Green. I was a prominent when it was time to draft for that year. I wanted Jalen Green. I didn't want Kate. I wasn't on the Kate Cunningham.
Yeah. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with necessarily how we feel then, but it's just more or less kind of what we alluded to is it's not even a big year for Jalen. It's a big 3 months for Jalen. Like that's
Right.
probably what he's getting is until December, and then that's it, right? And
Yeah.
but again, to a lot of people's like mind is like I understand that players like Ty Washington or Josh Christopher weren't drafted as a number 1 or number 2 overall pick, but they weren't given a fair shake, right? I mean, Şengün didn't even get a start. We had Bruno Fernando starting over Alperen Şengün. Okay, like Jalen's had a lot of time. He had an entire 2 years to show that he could be great. And he like his second year, was still good. He averaged 22, right? Despite the efficiency, he averaged 22, right? And he didn't start to get going until January. So it took a few months, but again, I make the same point of you're only allowed to be a slow starter if you were great early on in your career. Like look at James Harden and Russell Westbrook, right? They're from like 17 until about 2020, 2021, notorious slow starters. They did not get going at all until December, January, right? They played okay. And other than, the outlier being James Harden's 36 points per game year, like I don't know what he was smoking during that time, but like other than that,
he was on the MVP pack.
Yeah, he was on the MVP pack, but just in general, right? Like you can be a notorious slow starter after you've earned the right to be one. You can't start out as a slow starter. So what are we going to do to fix it? And hopefully, applying the pressure again. That's why I said Cam Whitmore and Reed Sheppard. Both of them are probably Jalen Green insurance pieces to make sure that he gets his shit together.
And I do want to say this. This is not talked about because of the whole situation that happened with the girl from the Chicago Sky. Ime wanted KPJ over Jalen Green.
Mm-hmm.
If KPJ didn't get into the legal trouble or all the stuff that he got into, I honestly believe KPJ will be on this squad and Jalen Green will be traded.
Maybe KPJ was very talented.
And he was an Ime Udoka guy. He was the only one at the Ime Udoka press conference, if we do remember, when we hired Ime. He was, 10 toes down with Ime, and that was his guy. So that's just a side note. And to answer Killer Cal's comment, did you not see? Well, I don't think he fully paid attention to the kind of tension and the behind the scenes things that was brought to the front screen during games during the season between him and his teammates. I'm not necessarily talking about him going at the coach or doing anything like that, but there were tense moments between him and his teammates throughout the season from time to time. It's just like Jalen Green. It wasn't consistent, but it did.
Another jab, man. He just another jab. Gosh.
But nah, man. I just want to address that. But nah, y'all killing it right now. Y'all continue. I just want to get my. I got tired of typing, so I just want to hop in.
To show everyone, this is AD. So thank you for being on, AD. He runs the NFL side, guys, for the HTOWN Rundown. So please go check that out. He's fantastic and he's really good over there. They got a lot of good things over there. I mean, he was just on a podcast, I believe, last night too, talking some NFL ball. So go check that out, guys. But thank you for joining, AD. AD brought up a lot of good points, though. Right? Again, in agreement with what we're saying, Cam and Reed being insurance for Jalen, but also like this is a really, really important year for Jalen. Another thing that I want to make prevalent is Amen like the for sure point guard of the future, right? Because no. Is he like the for sure point guard of the future, right?
Yes.
Like you're okay,
Yes.
all right. Because they just like as
No
like, generally as a guard nowadays, especially, you have to be able to shoot something. Like even De'Aaron Fox can kind of shoot. Drew Holiday can shoot that thing. Eric Bledsoe for that one season he played for Milwaukee could shoot that thing, right? That's the only reason why they were on the rosters, because they had all these other attributes, but it's because they can shoot. So, like would he be a 1 or a 3? We've seen him used as a 3-4 and even at times a 5.
He can play
last year. So I'm just looking at like roster construction in the future. Like obviously we want Amen to take over, but is Reed also potentially straight up point guard insurance for Amen in case he doesn't get that handle tight, in case he doesn't get that jump shot? Are they going to slide him to the 4? I mean, he's 6'7". He'd be a great small ball 4.
It's just insurance for another player.
Yeah.
It really is.
It really is. I mean, Tari, Jabari, right?
Or other way around, vice versa.
Mm-hmm,
and that's literally it's what Amen Thompson, Jalen Green, Reed Shepard, Cam Whitmore, Tari Eason, Jabari Smith, Alperen Şengün. I mean, our whole team is just insurance.
AJ Griffin, don't forget that.
AJ Griffin.
Yeah, man. And I mean, I think he's got 2 years on his rookie deal, 1 or 2 years. So, like, yeah, he's got this year and then next year on his rookie deal.
I was watching his high school mixtape today.
Mm-hmm.
It is cold.
Yeah, he looks pretty solid. So we've got a lot to think about, and a lot of people are going to need to get paid. A lot of people are going to need to get paid, get played, and Yeah, man, they're going to need minutes. So we'll see what ends up happening.
I do not want Seth
No,
Curry.
If his name ends in Curry, keep him away.
What about Craig Curry?
I already said my piece on that, man. It is no. It's done. I'm sorry.
Hashtag piss people off 2024.
Yeah, don't you worry. It's coming. So, Ryan, obviously you seem to disagree a lot with AD in that. So I want to know your thoughts. Like, Reed Shepard, Jalen Green. Like, I mean, this is important. This is an important year 4 and an important 3 months, right?
Look, I'm all for if JG's going to be good, he's good. If he wants to be inconsistent and doesn't have a good few months before All-Star break, fine. We can trade him away. I'll be depressed. I'll be heartbroken. I'll be sad. But if we need to send him away and it gets to that point, sometimes as humans, we go through pain. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's inevitable he gets traded, but it'll be inevitable after the All-Star break if he doesn't play well consistently.
He might. Dante, what are your thoughts, man, on that conversation with AD and Jalen Green, Reed Shepard, all that?
Yeah, like I say again, you can't wait all the way to the second half of the season just to get going. This by his second year, his second time outside of outside a couple of years ago, not a couple of years ago, but not this year. But a year ago with, like AD said, trash Steven Silas, when he averaged those 22 points per game, he was he was okay during the season. But you go to his rookie year, you go to this year. Look how long it took him to get started. Even, that second Steven Silas year, look how long, he got started after the All-Star break. All those years he got started after the All-Star break. And we don't got time to wait on that. We don't got time to it was times that I thought last year that Jalen Green, was literally just sacrificing just to win games. There was times that I really thought that when he was scoring 6 points, 9 points, and sitting on the bench, sacrificing just to win games.
Not by choice, though.
And then the Boston Celtics game showed me a lot about Jalen Green. When I think Fred VanVleet was out in that game and he had a chance to play a little point guard, Ime Udoka gave him an opportunity and he struggled in that game. And who doesn't struggle against Boston? But that was an opportunity for Jalen Green to show that I could
But
handle.
then he also had the opportunity against OKC when he had 37.
I mean, I'm talking about against Boston. That was earlier during the season.
In actual championship.
No, when he actually
I understand that.
He had an opportunity and he didn't capitalize on that opportunity. Fred VanVleet was back during the OKC game at that time. And
I see. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
He did take over, but when he actually had a chance to run
when the team was in his hands.
I'm talking about when the ball was in his hands and he had opportunities. He couldn't capitalize when he couldn't capitalize against a very good team. So
I don't think he's a.
Go ahead.
I see what you're saying, but he's not meant to be a point guard.
No, that he's not saying that he needs to be a point guard, but he had opportunities.
The team was in his hands. I see what he's saying.
When the ball is in his hands, and we need you to be that guy. We need you to show you. We need you to be that guy that we can depend on. That we can depend on when a game go down the stretch or during the middle of a game when we need a basket. We need you to go get you a basket. We need you to go get us a basket. Jalen Green just was not doing that. Now later during the season, during the All-Star break, when we did have Fred VanVleet and we went on that run, yes, he had a lot of opportunity to capitalize on those opportunities, and he won some big game. But we cannot wait until after the All-Star break for you just to get going. That's something you gotta figure out. You gotta be more of an efficient shooter. He got to be more. And then I love his playmaking. And his rebounding down the stretch. That's another thing that's going to really help him get more and efficient shots. But he got to shoot better. Stop taking those crazy wild shots and those deep, long threes from the logo and stuff like that. He got to just be a smart shooter. But again, it's a lot of pressure on him. Reed Shepherd, them coming in. Anytime you draft a guard, it puts pressure on the guard immediately to have to step up. So this is a big year for Jalen Green. If he wants to be paid, this is going to be a big year. Or not, you got Cam Whitmore and Reed Shepherd waiting right now to step on in. And the team, I don't feel like the team would drop off even without Jalen Green. I believe LP is going to get paid before Jalen Green will. I believe that 100,000, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, even with that, right? Like we saw the team, it felt like those first 3 or 4 months when Jalen Green was riding the bench and Jabari at times too. We were winning more games without them playing. We were getting back into games without them playing. And that says a lot, either kind of like AD was saying, either about your character, you as a player, or just the inconsistencies you were facing during that time. But you got to look at it like this too. Like, obviously I'm a Jalen Green fan. Like I love this kid and I believe in him. But here's one thing, right? Is I'm a fan of the sport. I'm a fan of the team, and you happen to play for my team, right? That's why I root for you. I don't root for a lot of teams, you know. You don't do that. You root for players and other teams, but you're on my team, so I root for my team. You happen to play. I mean, even when Daishan Nix was here, okay, actually I won't say that, but like when we had Aaron Brooks here, you know, when he was here, like we root for him. You know, Gary Bird when he was here.
Daishan Nix on your team.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about all that. But you know, even when Gary Bird was here, like even though his antics got annoying, it was still like, yeah, he's on my team. You know, I gotta support him. So we do what we got to do in that front. But, you know, if you ain't doing your job, like any job, if you get signed to your contractor, you're told to do a job, and you don't do a good job until they're on your ass about it all the time, they're going to let you go because you should be able to be sufficient and proficient at your job without someone being on your ass all the time. You know, and like despite him being a kid, just like in the real world, man, like 18, 19 years old, man, like you a grown man now. You got to get out there, handle your shit. You got to do what you got to do to make your money. And he's not doing what he's got to do to make his money. So something's got to give, right? Either do your job without them being on your ass, or in that contract you know your worth, or we got Reed Shepherd. That's what it comes down to.
Crack Curry.
That's what it comes down to. And you know, it is just tough love, man. It's just tough love for the team. I don't want to see him go, but we can't have bad players on our team. Like I like Jayshawn Tate, man. Don't get me wrong. I fuck with Jayshawn Tate, man. Excuse my language, man. I actually didn't say that. Like I like Jayshawn Tate. He's cool, but like he just ran our course for the team, right? It's just, you know, we got no use for him.
He's not on our timeline anymore.
Yep. Yep. So
You know what else isn't in our timeline anymore?
yeah, your
You want to
boy,
stay with me on 3?
your Jock
1, 2, 3. Jock Landale.
Landale. Yeah, bro. Look,
Yep.
the jock strap has ran his course for sure too. He was really fun, but he's done. He's done. It's all right.
His
Again,
time is
he was
almost done.
he had a good fun stretch too. I
I
enjoyed
can't
his
believe we're
time.
talking about potentially re-signing or like not re-signing Aaron Holiday, but like picking up his option. Why aren't we why are we talking about picking up his or not picking up his? We should be talking about not picking up Landale's, which
We need
we
Landale
decided
for
to do.
trade. We need Landale for trade filler.
Aaron Holiday could also trade him.
Jock has a bigger contract, so that opens us up for more money to spend.
It would be a good trade package.
Yes. He despite what his downbringings are, he makes more. He's got the bigger contract, and you can never have enough 7-footers on your team. So
We
that's
could
the
also
argument.
just sent Landale for AJ Griffin, but I'm happy either way.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, we got that boy out there. Dante, man. Awfully quiet, man. Are you agreeing, disagreeing? Like we said, like can't wait for the inconsistencies, right? So, I mean, something's got to give, right? Despite him playing for the team, something's got to give, right?
Oh, always, man. Like I said, I'm a big supporter and a big advocate of you being on this team. But when you are too much inconsistent and when you're not putting it all together, the team just basically do it. Well, we just do what we gotta have to do. We just do what we have to do. And if it means for us to make a move and trade Jalen Green, then that's what it is. And that's what the next man up got to be. We still got Tyrese, we still got Whitmore on this team. We still will have Reed Shepard, AJ Griffin on this team. Like I say, it depends on how we doing it after All-Star break is. So other than that, for us to go places, I believe Jalen Green is going to have to be that stud. He's going to have to be a stud for us. We know LP is going to get over 22 points per game, probably get 9 rebounds and probably about 5 assists. If Jalen Green can at least get us 23 points per game, this team can be dangerous. We can be hard to beat each and every night. We're going to have to need Jalen Green to step up for this team to reach their goal, for us to reach our goal, and for this team to go places. We're going to definitely need Jalen Green to be definitely efficient and a consistent scorer.
So, Dante, I just have a question for you quickly. You seem a little bit too comfortable, like speaking about like sending Jalen Green away, like in a trade. That sounded just so casual, bro. Like, what did you just have like a clarity moment, or like, you know what, we might just have to trade Jalen Green away at some point? Like, what?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Just comfortable with it?
No, that's not what like I say. He said, if he's struggling, yeah, I'm comfortable.
Yeah, but it just sounded too comfortable, bro.
It's not. No, it's just not. It's not that. Whatever is best for the team, that's what I'm
with you.
But if he's not out there, if he's out there struggling, he's not out there playing well, and he's being inconsistent, I love Jalen Green, and he's, like I say, he's a part of this team. But we gotta do. We just can't wait on one person. We just can't wait on that one person.
I'm definitely hopping on. I'm hopping on this piss people off 2024 trend over here.
And I would like to say that it's not just Jalen, but if any of the core 8 have a severe regression or are terrible, flat, and aren't great, right? I mean, they're given a grace period, of course, earn your chance to become what you were or better than what you were before. But if you regress and, you're now a net negative on the court, like that goes for everybody, like if Cam Whitmore came out and was ass as a rookie, wouldn't be a problem because he's a rookie. We didn't expect him to be playing like that. But if he came out this year as well and was ass, we'd be having different conversations, right?
Imagine how good Cam Whitmore would have been if he started all the games for us.
If that is the conversation, that could be pretty interesting as well. Yeah. I mean,
piss people off 2024. That might be one of the biggest what ifs in NBA history.
So going forward, core 8, we got AJ Griffin and all of our other young guys now going to the training camp with us. We still got Steven Adams, and then we picked up, Jock, Tate, and Jeff Green. So what is that? 8, 9, 13 players we've got. Damn, we've got a full roster.
Preston, it looks like Calvin Edwards brought up a comment saying year 3. Can you pull that up quickly?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to respond to that. So saying that our chain is too short and that Jalen Green is going to be better, he will be better. The problem is the Western Conference is such a tough conference, and all the teams want to win. And obviously, yes, the Rockets are not a win-now team, and they're a team that's going to get better over time. But the Western Conference is also a conference where you want to know where your players are and how good they're going to be. We can't just keep getting these little flashes thinking, oh, he's going to be so good, but then get this inconsistency at the same time.
Yes. You got to have that middle ground of generally knowing like what he can be. Because like any bro, I watched what's his name?
Bubble TJ Warren, for example.
Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah, I watched that ball hawk, that dude that used to play for the Kings. I can't remember his name. He was some bald, tall dude. He dropped 50. I don't even know his name. I mean, Jeremy Grant dropped 50. You know, they had what's his name?
Sadiq Bey dropped like 50.
Yeah, man. Like
or what's it? Malachi Flynn.
Yeah, who averages like 4 points a game.
The Pistons?
And he dropped 50. You know, like it these players got a higher career high than our score right now. Just think about that. I mean, our elite score. These players got a higher league high, but it's not that they're better. Yeah, but here's the thing: is it's not. We're not saying that they're better than Jalen. No, they were hot as hell one night, and they kept feeding him, and they couldn't miss. That's parity of the NBA. That's just how it is. Sometimes you just can't miss. Everything is on. Everything is cash, splash, magash. So we can't be relying on that from Jalen, though. We can't be like, okay, cool, he's hot. Give him the ball. Oh, next game, he's not hot. All right, bench him. That's not what he's supposed to do. If he's your lead guard, right, your lead 2 guard, he's supposed to be to what people are comparing. You know, if Şengün is your Jokic, then Jalen's supposed to be your Jamal. And he's not doing that, right? He's being way too consistent. And even in clutch time, I mean, yeah, he's been good in the OT game that we had against OKC. You know, a few other games throughout the season. Like, yeah, he was solid, but
he was great.
I mean, again, you can't be dropping 9 points, 8 points, 4 points.
Look, I love Jalen Green, but I also feel like maybe I don't feel like I'm saying it's all been positive. There was one point at the end of the season where he became inconsistent again.
Yep.
Those last 1, 2, 3 weeks. We can't have that going forward.
Yeah, you had throughout the entire 82 game season, which you played all 82 games, you had 18 games of solid or better Jalen Green. Like when you really boil it down, that is less than 30% of your season. A player was good.
I mean, it was like 1 month when he was amazing, and the rest of the year was pretty inconsistent. And he still dropped off again at the end of the season to be inconsistent.
And that's the thing we're talking about is, you know, yes, a lot of MVPs. Yeah. Year 3, you know, there are a lot of players that needed the new system, right? And they're going to be better, which is why year 2, 2.0 for Jalen, year 4 is the question. We're not saying we're going to get rid of him now. We're not going to give him rid for a bag of chips. But if he doesn't show the promise in year 4 in those first couple months, you know what I mean? Like, That's just how it is. And yes, like I always bring up, like, Steve Nash wasn't an all-star till year 6. And he's a 2-time MVP guy. Like, whether he deserved those or not, you know, but he's got 2 MVPs in his locker. Can't ever take that away from him. So that's my point is, like, yes, like if we might be losing out if we trade him. We totally could be.
I think that's why I think we should give him at least another up until All-Star break, because Calvin said it takes more than 3 years to figure out a new system. Jalen Green was in one system, and then in his 3rd year, the system switched.
Yep.
Same with Alperen Şengün.
At the same time, though, yeah, exactly. And look how LP did.
Right. And I actually want to say something that I heard at ESPN Radio today. I forgot who mentioned it, but the guy said that the system, Ime Udoka, he wants a fast-paced system. So it's either our system works with Alperen Şengün or it works with Jalen Green. He said that it doesn't work well together, but I disagree with that. Because there was like some Zion trade rumor or whatnot, and it was like Şengün for Zion. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, these Rockets, like, trading Alperen Şengün rumors, they baffle me.
You don't want to give up Alperen Şengün and 3 first-round picks for Brandon Ingram?
I would love to do that, Preston. How about you also throw a bag of chips in there?
Man, you might as well at this point. Let's go get Kyle Kuzma while we're at it.
Yeah,
because we
for
need
real.
another.
Kyle Korver too.
Yeah. Let's get D-Wade.
Also, you can throw Marcus Thornton in there as well if you want to do that.
Yeah, whoever. Everybody. But that's about it, guys. I know this was the beginning was really fun and exciting, but we got to end it off like this because conversations got to be had about our players. And if it's not us, it's going to be somebody. So glad you could hear it here at the minimum, where we try to keep it semi-lighthearted for sure. But at the end of the day, I think we've all come to the agreement that something's got to give. Either players are going to get better and they're going to earn their worth, or they're not. There's just no in between. So I'll leave you guys with that today. You guys find this channel on YouTube, X, and Instagram at the H-Town Rundown. Please be sure to follow, like, and subscribe, man. Comment down below, guys. Do you agree with anything we said? I mean, we got a lot of commentary today. So was Reed the right pick? I want to know your guys' thoughts. Are you for it? Completely against it? Are you all for trade Jalen Green? Are you for keeping him? Do you guys want to trade Alperen Şengün? I mean, I'm interested to see what you guys got to say, man. It's going to be very interesting to read all these things. But be sure to like, share, and subscribe, man. Check us out, man. We're all over. You can follow me, your main host at drip2ps_GAWD on X as well as Instagram, man. Dante, man, where can I plug you in at? You got a YouTube, you got an X account, man. Where can we find you, bro?
Y'all can find me on YouTube at Coach Dante 31. Y'all find me on X at Coach Dante 31, on Instagram at Coach Dante 5. Y'all can find me on Coach Dante at HTOWN Rundown and the Round Robin as well, Round Table. So y'all find me all over the place pretty much.
Yes, sir, man. He everywhere, man. He everywhere. Ryan, brother, where can we find you?
Ryan Diamond 15 on Instagram, at Ryan Diamond 15 on Twitter, Rockets Round Robin, and that's about it.
Yeah, man. So if you guys are interested, we're about to do a Rockets round robin here in about half an hour. Yes, we're all jumping back on to have this round robin with a bunch of other members of the community. It's going to be really fun, and it's going to be really exciting. We're going to talk about some more post-draft analysis, some other trades, trade pieces, and whatnot, and what that could mean for players like Jae'Sean Tate, Jock Landale, maybe even Jeff Green or Aaron Holiday. So it's going to be really exciting. Be sure to check us out in the next half hour here. Jump back on. AK_VVS is going to be hosting, so be sure to check that out, man. Shout out to our boy out there. Thank you guys for watching, guys, for listening. We'll see you guys next time.